there's been a lot of talks lately about the four kings. Now, these are the only four kings that I will acknowledge: Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Tommy Hearns. When you say four kings to a boxing fan, these are the fighters that come to mind. So if you're talking about a new four kings, this is what your standard is going to be. These are the fighters that you're being compared to. Here are their records: Roberto Duran, 103 and 16. Marvin Hagler, 62, 3 and 2. Tommy Hearns, 61, 5 and 1. Sugar Ray Leonard, 36, 3 and 1. All four Hall of Famers, all four fought each other, mostly multiple times. Roberto Duran fought Sugar Ray Leonard 3 times, Hagler and Hearns once. Hearns fought Duran and Hagler once, and Sugar Ray Leonard twice. Hagler fought each fighter once. Sugar Ray Leonard fought Hearns twice, Hagler once, and Roberto Duran 3 times. So these guys fought each other multiple times. They gave us multiple fights of the year, and they're great fighters. They give us great fights. So my point in bringing this up is call them something else, man. When we're talking about a lightweight four kings, I don't mean to rain on the parade, but these guys aren't gonna be as big as the four kings. They're not. They're just not. And it'd be great if they were, but Teofimo is 23 years old. Sugar Ray Leonard, or Tommy Hearns fought Sugar Ray Leonard at 22. Yes, Teofimo stepped up. He's on his way to become a great fighter, but at 23, Hearns been there, done that. Yes, he fell a little short, but he gave one of the best fights of all time. Hagler Hearns, one of the best fights of all time. Now stop talking about the four kings. You guys all know how great they were. Let's talk about the lightweight division. Call them something else, young guns, whatever. And if you're gonna do a four kings in the lightweight division and not include Lomachenko, if you're gonna be comparing them to the four kings of the 80s, Duran was already a Hall of Famer before facing Sugar Ray Leonard. He was already the greatest lightweight of all time. So a new four kings would include a veteran like Lomachenko. So Lomachenko's barely 32. I don't know why he's being written off. He hasn't said that he was going to move back to 130. Teofimo had weight troubles at 135, so we don't know if he's going to move to 140. Not that all these fights have to take place at 140. Not that I'm not excited for these fights, but there are more than four options as well. We got the four kings that people are proposing: Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. I put out Lomachenko out there. People say you want to put Shakur Stevenson out there. That's fine with me. He's very talented. He might be the most skilled out of all of them with pure boxing. Mr. Boxing Today pointed out Nakatani, the guy that knocked out Felix Verdejo and went the distance with Teofimo Lopez. He could trouble a lot of these guys with his height and reach, and he got a pretty damn good chin too. Taking all those shots from Verdejo, getting up twice, and eventually knocking him out. He is resilient, and he's a pretty good fighter. So I agree with Mr. Boxing Today with that, but there might be more than four guys that need to fight each other. There are a lot of options for these guys. I'd like to see actually someone like Ryan Garcia fight maybe a Richard Comey next. Or, like I said in the post-fight video, I would love to see a Devin Haney next. But Devin Devin, Richard Comey would be a good fight for him, former world champion. Nakatani would be a good fight for Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia. So these guys, they gotta fight each other, but they also got other options, and there's also other good fighters in the lightweight division or around the lightweight division, like Shakur Stevenson. So let's not rule out Lomachenko, guys. He's not retired. He has one loss, a close decision against a 23-year-old that was much bigger than him, but he had a great game plan, but it was still a close fight. And if they do the rematch, Delfimo would be the favorite, but Lomachenko might win in a rematch. So let's not rule out Lomachenko. If we're gonna we're gonna do a Four Kings or a Fabulous Four or a Young Guns 4 at lightweight. I'm excited about these fights getting made, but they have to get made, and this era is much different than that era. So the closest thing we got to that since was Barrera, Morales, Pacquiao, and Marquez. Those guys all gave great fights. Only we didn't get Marquez versus Morales, which is a travesty. But if we get all these guys fighting, and they give great fights, that would be great. I'm excited for this division, but the fights gotta get made, and that's just not a guarantee. That's just none of those fights are guaranteed to be made. So it'll be a damn shame if they don't, but it would be a damn shame if Spence doesn't fight Crawford, and I don't see that getting made either. So, but it sounds like these guys want to fight each other. It's all up to them. Thanks everybody for watching. What do you guys think? Peace.